Hello, friends. Hello, hello. How are we on this day? It is a very rainy, gross day here in Tennessee. Very rainy, very windy here. Don't know about where you are, but here it's super rainy and dreary. And the wind is insane. But because of the wind, because of the rain, I thought let's hang out. I wanted to give myself some lash extensions, which is what I'm doing right now. And then I have a bunch of Kylie Cosmetics stuff that I ordered that I want to give a try. We'll go over that. It's all in this box. You know that this is about to be an honest review. I am not on her PR list, obviously. So I have literally nothing to gain by saying anything about her shit, but I feel that is the reason why you guys watch me and watch my reviews anyways, is because I don't really take sponsorships because no makeup brand is okay with me just being able to share my honest opinion. 9 times out of 10, they will pay you as long as you say exactly what they want you to say. God damn it. This is the most frustrating shit, I swear. Maybe I should just leave them alone. Just leave it alone. That's my problem, is I can't just leave it alone. I've got to just go in. I may have to put some more glue on this one because I might have waited. Yeah, I waited too long on her. Anyways, like I said, I have some Kylie Cosmetics that I want to try. I want to just do an honest review. I haven't ordered anything from her brand since she went like vegan, cruelty-free, and all that shit. So I'm really curious to see if there's like any changes in the makeup. I am going to say that I'm disappointed in the lash on, she's, I think, still having the sale that if you spend 40 bucks, you get a free pair of Kylie lashes. These are sad and pitiful. Just to keep it real, I'm disappointed. They looked way fuller on the website than these are. These are very thin. And because the band is like not really there, when I go to pull these off, chances are they're going to rip in half. And I just can feel it in my bones. Not to be rude, but these look like Dollar Tree lashes. Tell me I'm lying. Those look like Dollar Tree lashes, and you know it. So yeah, I am disappointed in the lashes, especially considering, you know, it's free or whatever. Great. Love that for us. But at the same time, like, don't give me something for free that's shitty, because now I'm just even more pissed off. Like, just don't give me anything. If you're going to give me something shitty for free, like, just forget it, you know? Okay. I also want to talk about Roz because I have been getting a lot of messages asking if I'm still affiliated with the company, yada, yada, yada. No, I am not. Yes, I will be deleting any videos that I have on my YouTube channel talking about Roz. If you don't know what Roz is or you don't know what I'm talking about, essentially Roz is like a jewelry reveal company where they like fizz your jewelry. And they had reached out to me probably about a year ago now and asked me if I had just, like, my YouTube channel, I think, had just, like, hit, like, 500 followers at that point, or subscribers, whatever. And so they reached out and said it would be a good opportunity. It would be good for them. It would be good for me, yada, yada, yada. Would I be interested in doing jewelry reveals for Roz? And so at the time, I talked to my ex about it, and he was like, you know, it'd probably be, like, a really good thing. It'd probably, like, boost you in the algorithm or whatever. It did literally nothing, like absolutely nothing. And I did take it serious for about 3 months. And then I was just like, I'm just not into it. But the main thing that led me to stop was one of their old, like, jewelry reveal people who got fired had reached out to me and basically said they get their jewelry from Alibaba. So I reached out to a friend of mine who was working for Roz. I'd already had my best friend join Roz, but she hadn't done anything yet. Like, she hadn't sold any jewelry. She hadn't done anything. So I reached out to a friend of mine who worked with Roz, and I was like, hey, like, this is the same jewelry. This is on Alibaba. If you don't know what Alibaba Express is, it's literally like you can get bulk jewelry for like nothing. Like literally nothing. And a bunch of people are saying, oh yeah, but it's stamped, so it can't be from Alibaba. Babe, you can get jewelry stamped anywhere. More than likely, it was already being stamped by Alibaba to begin with. Like, they were probably making a killing from Roz. Again, all this is alleged because I'm not being sued, but ever since Julie's live last night, I've had so many people asking me to do a video on it, to do a deep dive on it. The thing is this. It's business, you guys. It's business. And what she did is good for business. Like, it is. Like, you get 1,000 necklaces for $100, and then you're selling those necklaces for $29.99 a piece. You're making bank. That is good business, but at the end of the day, you are selling fake shit. You are lying to your consultants, who are then lying to their customers, but they really don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Sorry. Fuck. What's happening? But yeah, the consultant doesn't know any better because they're just repeating what it is that they know, like what they know to be the truth. So when I started to hear rumors that they were, quote unquote, allegedly a scam, I quit working with Roz. Fast forward, however long it's been, 6 months, I guess. One of their, the top recruiter and sales consultant with Roz post a video. First she posts a post where it shows that she is no longer affiliated with Roz. She has been fired and terminated from Roz. Where it starts to get distasteful is when then the owner of Rise does a live and starts to share about how this consultant, you know, was a bad person and how she's a narcissist. Hold on. Like all this, that, and the third. Like Julie is the bad person, right? That is what the picture that was trying to be painted was, that Julie was the bad person, right? Well, the part that really bothered me about the owner of Rise's live was her sharing voice memos of this consultant, Julie, who has helped make Rise. Let's just call a spade here. She's the top recruiter. She's made the most money for Rise. Like, without her, Rise would be nowhere near what they are. That's just facts. They share a video of a voice message of Julie sharing about traumas that she had from when she was a child, like being beaten and abused. That is where the self-respect, like any respect that I had for the owner of Rise was gone after that. That's just absolutely disgusting. You do not talk about someone else's traumas and try to like use it against them, like, oh, she's not mentally stable because she went through X, Y, and Z as a child. That's just the most fucked up shit I've ever seen. And I also feel bad for the consultants who are still involved with Rise, because I almost feel like they feel trapped, but they don't want to say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's got to be just like a really awkward position to be in. Okay, we're going to let them set for a minute. I will be right back. Okay. So, I'm letting this side over here get tacky because my problem is that I will just go in and just like be pushing up on them the whole time, and they won't have time to like sit. I do think one thing I'm going to do is probably glue just one more piece. Who commented? Oh, yes. I seen Julie's post about them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's way more than that. And if you have ever posted in affiliation with Rise, there's all kinds of people. Like, is this true? Like, whatever. If you go to Alibaba's website, that is allegedly the same jewelry. Calling a spade here. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just feel bad. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide. My pump stopped working on it, but There's still plenty of product in it, so I'm obviously not just going to let that waste. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. It's like a little droplet on each side. Anyways, am I going to do a deep dive on Rise? Maybe. Maybe. I do find it very interesting, some of the things that I have heard. I do know, just based off of Julie, the consultant, who has been super, considering all of the bullshit and things that they have accused this girl of, she has handled this with class, sass, and a whole lot of ass. I just have to say that. But Julie is now working for Reveal, which is the company that fired the owner of Rise. Cindy, she used to work for Reveal. So I found it very interesting, and also I'm just super proud of Julie and how she handled herself in that video, because I'm sure that woman has some voice memos for days. And the fact that she didn't release those voice memos, I'm just super proud of her for the way she handled it. I watched the entire live start to finish. I might have not watched like the last 5 minutes of it. But I usually have a pretty good read on if someone is lying to me. And so I reached out to the owner of Rise via Messenger. I have all of them. And asked for her side of it. And there's usually two sides. There's your side, my side, and then in the middle is the truth, right? So I just find it very interesting. I find the whole situation very interesting. I find the way this whole situation's been handled, I find that just tells a lot about a company when it comes to the way that they handle, you know, their employees when things don't go great. The way that they handle that situation says a lot about a company. And this says a lot about it. So, let's move on here. Let me show you guys what I got from Kylie Cosmetics. If you didn't know, Kylie Cosmetics was revamped. Also, I know somebody's going to ask what lash extensions I use. These are the ones. Fared. I don't know. You get them on Amazon. And this is what it says on the label. Come on, focus. Fard Fluffy Eyelashes. I don't know. They're like $8 for that whole pack. And then I just cut off each bundle and glue them on. Okay. So we already talked about the Kylash. I'm super disappointed. I don't know if there's different styles. I will say this, that there is no name of this specific lash on here. So I don't know if there's different options. This is the option that you get for free with a $40 purchase. And if you look at this band, like baby, when I go to pull this out of the packaging, these are going to rip. They're going to rip. I just know they are. So, not really my style, but if, I don't know, if I wasn't wearing hardly any makeup and I just wanted something, I don't know, just a little something, these would be good, I guess. The band is worrisome. Okay, also, I got the Kylie Cosmetics Gloss Drip, and I got the shade Match My Energy. I think there were 2 different shade options. I have heard a lot about this lip gloss. This is what it looks like. Also, I don't think they gave me a receipt, so I can't really tell you guys prices because I'm on my phone right now. But altogether, I spent $47. And I got these lashes for free. So, hi. Huh? All right. Okay, so this is the gloss strip. And I got the clear one. I know that. It's clear. So we'll see about that. It says it's 14 milliliters. Next is the Glow Baby by Kylie Cosmetics. This is the blush in the shade Pink Me Up. Let's take a look at this packaging. I've seen this all over TikTok. Super cute 70s vibes. Oh, I love the way that that snaps. And on this, you get 0.10 ounces. So that's, I think that's about typical with a liquid blush. This is the She Glam, which is one of my favorite liquid blushes. And no, you get a little bit more. So you get 0.17 with She Glam. You get 0.10 with Kylie. So you get a little bit more with She Glam. And I know for a fact She Glam's is way more affordable. Okay, and then the last thing that I got is the new Kylie Cosmetics, the new formula of the lip liner. And it's in the shade Handbag Ho. It's like a nice brown shade. This is what the new packaging looks like. That's the color. So yeah, I want to play with this stuff. So for $47, I got a blush, a gloss, a lip liner, and a free pair of lashes. And then they also sent me these stickers, which will probably go to my niece, one of my nieces. Okay, so let's play in some makeup, shall we? I've already put like my moisturizer on. I don't really have any of my primers, which is a problem. I still don't have all of my makeup here with me, so I know I could use this primer, which I used to put my concealer on, but this is the Catrice Prime and Fine. I do need to go wet my beauty sponge. Just put a little bit of this primer on just to kind of flatten the surface here a little bit and to have a blank canvas. I am really curious to try some of the Kylie like face products and see. I've heard that her liquid lips are a little bit better now that they're cruelty-free and vegan. They used to be the driest formula that I have ever tried in my life. Okay, brows. I'm going to take, this is dirty, but it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. And I'm just going to take my spoolie, if I can figure, here it is, and just start to brush that wax through the brows. This is how I've been doing my brows here lately. And I really, really like it. Let's see. Get them all brushed down flat here. And then just shape the tops a little bit. Just so it's a little bit more uniform. And then I'm going to take my brow pomade on a little angled brush. And I'm just going to draw a line at the bottom. And I kind of like to have quite a bit of pigment there. Hey, Brianna. Girl, I get sucked into your TikToks. If you guys are not watching Brianna on TikTok, you need to be. Her TikToks, bitch, I could watch them all day. She does like ASMR, like organizing and grocery shopping and hauls and shit like that. Oh my God, I could watch them all day. And I'm going to take the other side of this spoolie and I'm just going to start to brush that pomade up through the hairs. Don't worry about if you get the pomade outside of the lines or whatever. You guys know we're going to go in with concealer. But this just kind of gives you like that defining line while also filling in any sparse areas. And I have been loving it. Like, it's just been my go-to. It's super quick and easy. And then I just take my brow brush and I just kind of fill in any areas that may need like a little bit more attention, which is usually like the tail of my brow is usually still a little nakey. So I go in and do a little bit of that, and that's it. However long that just took, that's how long it takes to do my brows. I love it. Like, absolutely obsessed with it. And then I'll take concealer in a minute and I'll kind of clean up a little bit. But for the better part, that is the vibe. And I love it. I think it looks good. It looks clean. It doesn't look too crazy. And you do not need very much of this brow wax either. This brow freeze. It is a really good brow freeze. I had a bunch of people ask me on TikTok if it's worth I think it's like 17 bucks. It is, like, it really is. It lasts forever. I've had this for over a year now. I got this in December of 2021 and I still have it in February of 2023. And I probably still have, with the little bit that I use, I probably still have like 3 or 4 months worth of product left. It's really, really, really good. I love it. So again, just brushing them up and then I just go and shape them. Just like that. Now, this brow is still like filling up. I told you guys that I started using that biotin oil that I found on TikTok, a girl on TikTok talking about, and I love it. But it is still, there are still some really sparse areas that I still need to be just a little bit more full. So this side does take just a little bit more time, but that is okay. Okay. So that's kind of the shape that I want it to follow. And we're just going to start brushing this upward. Just combing that pomade right through those hairs. That's just going to add just a little bit more color into it. It's going to make them look a lot more full. And when you brush it through with this spoolie like that, it's not going to be like harsh color. It's going to be more blended in, which is what we want. And then I'm just going to go and fill in these sparse areas. And I know it's looking crazy over on this side. You just got to trust the process. Trust the process. My boyfriend came in. Well, I went out of the room. It's been a couple of weeks ago to tell him something, and my brows were like in this process, and he looked at me like, what in the fuck is going on? But just trust the process. Just trust me when I say that it's going to look really good when we're done. Okay. So now I'm going to clean this shit up because we're looking absolutely insane. But that's how I have to do this brow because it is so much, there's just so much naked space on this brow compared to the other one. I have to do that. But we'll clean this brow up first so it's not so terrible to look at. See how that side now looks good and full and uniform. This one just doesn't want to grow hairs as easy as the other side, which I think it's because I tend to sleep on this side more, which is so odd because used to it was the opposite. But with my boyfriend now, I always like get into the nook and sleep. And if you know, you know. The girls who get it. The girls who don't. The nook is basically where you sleep in the armpit. You're in an armpit. And I think it's from where I sleep like that now is what has made this side like not want to grow hairs. By the way, I use the P. Louise eye base in the shade Rumor 1. It's my favorite shade. And I'm just going to take this brush right here and just start to blend this out a little bit here. And then once I get it like pretty much all the way blended out with that brush, I'm just going to take my sponge. What is happening here? And just really press that into the skin so it's not like an extra layer. All right, and now we're ready to do some eyeshadow. Okay, so let me think here of what I want to do. I think I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do today. Just because I want my lips to be super like glossy. We're going to do like a very 90s vibe lip. Let's take the Norvina palette by Anastasia. Love this palette. Super fun. But it also has some like basic browns that you just need in your makeup collection, I think, anyways. And I'm just going to start out. I'm going to take this Morphe brush. The numbers are gone because Dolly. And I'm going to take A3, which is this shade right up here, on this brush. I'm not really going to knock out much of the powder. I want to keep most of that pigment there. I'm going to start at the lid. And then I'm going to pack all of that pigment there on the lid, and then I will start to blend it out starting from the bottom so that most of that pigment is pushed towards the bottom. When you start to blend that up, that's when it's not really looking blended, it's just looking like a sharp line. That's why you want to start your blending from the bottom and work your way up to the brow bone. So starting from the bottom, I'm just going to do circular motions, and as I get up to the top, I'm going to wipe the brush off so there's not really any pigment left. It's mostly just like whatever's on the lid is what we're working with, and start to blend that out. Windshield wiper and circular motion. So you have like that nice airbrush blend up towards the top. That's what you're wanting it to look like. Very blended, not sharp lines. That's where we mess up, is we just go back and forth, and we blend at the top. We don't blend out the product towards the lash line, and we need to do that. So I'm going to take that shade again, and I'm going to pack most of that again down towards the lash line, following the shape of my eye. So you don't want it to look exactly like mine. You want to follow the shape of your eye, just like that. And then starting from the bottom, circular motions, I'm going to start to blend that out. And if you need to tap your brush off on a paper towel or whatever, you would want to do that now. Just kind of look at how the blending's going. Is it looking airbrushed, or is it starting to look like a harsh line? It's looking like a harsh line. You probably need to tap off some of your product. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got like a little caramel, however you say it, vibe going on. So now I'm going to go a little bit deeper, and I'm going to go in with the shade, let's see. Let's go ahead and go to C3, which is this shade right here. So I'm going to get me another brush. This one's also by Morphe. And I'm going to pack that shade onto the brush. Doing the same thing, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to start down at the lid, kind of tapping that shade in. And then we'll do circular motions down here at the lid. And then just kind of marry those two shades up towards the top. And I'm also going to take that brush that I used before and windshield wiper there at the edge towards the top. So we do still have both of those shades there. So it's starting to become like a sunset blend. That's what we want. And then we're going to move over here to the other side and do the exact same thing. I'm just using tapping motions and just kind of building that shade up on the lid. And then we'll start to blend that out. And then taking that first brush and just marrying those edges together, blending those together. Okay. And now we're gonna go to our deepest shade. So, I think this brush already had this shade on it to begin with, so we should be okay here, but I am just going to wipe the brush off anyways. I need to wash my brushes tonight. I may do that on a TikTok live. And we're going to go in with E2, which is on the very bottom row. It's like a chocolatey brown. It has like a touch of purple in it. Just a very faint touch of purple. And we're going to keep this towards the middle of the lid down here. Just right in the center. Just for that, that's just going to bring all of the focus to your eye, which is what you want. I'm just going to do that same thing over here. And this is a Lavish Beauty brush. I really like it. It's nice and tapered and fluffy. So you're able to get a really nice blend when you use this brush. And I think I want to add just a little bit more over here. And then we're going to go to that second brush, blend out those edges. And then the first brush, just to go back up towards the brow bone area. And that's the eye look that we're going to go with. All right. So, foundation. Huda Beauty Stick Foundation. I am quite literally out, so I'm going to take this little brush here. When I tell you guys that I use every drop of my foundations, I mean that. Don't waste it. There's still product in there, and it's still just as good, so. I was going to do the foundation routine I've been doing the past like week, but I think we're going to go full coverage today because this eye look is just like calling for it. So I think that's what we're going to do. This is in the shade Latte, by the way. Okay. Then I'm going to take my L11 Kabuki brush by Laura Lee Los Angeles. It's my favorite. I'm going to take a drop of the Ulta Beauty Youthful Glow Foundation. It's serum drops in the shade Medium. Just take one pump of that. And then we're going to do a little bit of a mix. I'm going to take one pump of the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation in the shade Medium 16. I'm going to take one pump of that with one pump of the NARS. This is my favorite foundation, the Natural Radiant Longwear in the shade Sahel, S-A-H-E-L. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but I'm going to take one pump of that. And a little bit of the Wonder Beauty Catch the Light Glotion in the shade Celestial. Just a little bit of that in there as well. And we're going to mix all of this together. Now, I do have a spray tan. So, I know that it's going to look a little crazy. But, as I always tell you guys with foundation, trust the process. because once you put your concealers and your bronzers and your blushes and all of the things, it's all going to even itself out. You never want to go with a foundation that matches you exactly, because then once you put concealer and stuff on, it's just going to wash you completely out. There we go. Right here where my rosacea is, always. I never spray tan there because it just irritates the piss out of it if I do. Let me go wet my beauty sponge. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm just going to go and press all of this into the skin. This is the Real Technique sponge, my favorite. And just press everything into the skin so it's nice and even. And there's no brush strokes or anything like that. And you see that Celestial, that Wonder Beauty? Whatever happened to Wonder Beauty? They were such a good brand. I love their stuff. They had like the best face products. And I'm running out of my backups. I had backups, but we're running low. So hopefully I can find some stuff on Amazon or eBay. Okay. So now, don't do that.
What?
That makes me nervous. Shut that door.
Me watching?
Just creeping and watching me.
I was creeping.
There you are creeping. Shut it. Just sitting there watching me. Ugh. I hate that. Okay. I felt somebody staring at me out of the corner of my eye, and I look over, and he's standing in the doorway just watching me. Okay. So now I'm going to take the Chanel, I don't know how to pronounce this, less beige, I guess. It used to only come in one shade, but I hear now that it comes in different shades, but this is my favorite liquid contour. It's so good. And if you have never been able to afford something from Chanel and you want to get something like with the little Chanel box with the flower and everything, I have a little cheat for you. I always order this when I need more from the Chanel website. And when it comes in a Chanel box with a Chanel little flower with the Chanel bow, the whole experience. So, and it's the same price on the Chanel website as it is on Sephora. Fun fact. But I love this contour. It's so pretty. It melts into the skin, and I really like to apply it with a brush. This one here is the Luxie. I don't know what number it is because it's wiped off. I always hold my brushes where they stamp whatever number the brush is, so none of my brushes ever have the numbers on them anymore. Like after a couple of months of me having the brush, it's gone, but I digress. So just stamping this in, I'm gonna go around my jawline here and blend it back. Especially right there. And then I'm gonna keep this brush to the side because once I put my concealer on here in a minute, I'll go back and kind of blend it back and forth. But then I'm gonna take, this is a Sonia Kashuk. brush. It doesn't have a number or anything on it, but it looks like this right here. This is what I use do my nose contour with. Just because you can get that really thin, straight line for a nose contour. And then I do a little couple lines right here and one straight across. And then right underneath the lip, right here. And that's literally all I use that brush for. Okay, so now that I have that, I can go ahead and do my concealer. So I think I'm also, just to get a little bit more defined, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Makeup Eraser, or what's it called? Instant Age Rewind Eraser in the shade 149. Just to get a little bit more defined. And I'll blend that with the exact same brush. Whatever I just did with it. There it is. No, that's not it. This is it. Just make sure not to blend down, because when you blend in circular motions, you push the product down, and you really don't want your contour to go down. You want it to lift you up. So just remember that little tidbit when you're blending out contour. Try to push it up. Okay, just tap that there on the cheekbones. Blend this out a little bit. Okay, and concealer. I am going to use the MAC concealer. I've been using this the past couple of days, and I just forget how good the Pro Longwear concealer is. This is in the shade NC20. I forget how good this concealer is until I use it again. It's just an oldie but a goodie. I'm just going to take a couple of pumps of that. I wish they would come out with this concealer with a doe foot applicator. It would be so much easier. And then I'm just going to take this Il Makiage Fuck I'm Flawless concealer. I'm just going to use the spoolie, or not the spoolie, the doe foot applicator, just to apply this concealer. This concealer just works a lot better with a doe foot than it does applying it with a brush, in my opinion anyways. Just want to add a little bit back here just to lift the eyes. And then I'm always really red right here, and that tends to pop out and show sometimes after I've had my makeup on for quite a bit of the day. That'll start to like disappear. I don't know why makeup tends to rub off right there on me, but it does. So I just add a little bit around the nose. And this will just help with your nose contour here. A little bit there on the chin, and then I'm going to take it right here and cut that jawline just for a little bit of extra shape. And then just to brighten it up a little bit more, I'm going to take the CoverGirl concealer. This one right here, the True Blend Undercover Concealer. And this is in the shade L100. Super, 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 super light. I just take a dot of that right in the center of the face just for a little bit more brightening. And then we're going to blend that out. See how that just lifts the eye up? Really just pressing that in really well. All the way around here. And really just press that there in the center of the forehead and then start to blend it. But I want most of that pigment there right in the center. Blend this out here. Just to keep that nice, like, framed look. Just gonna keep pressing underneath the eye because under my eyes crease so easily. The older I get, that's one thing that I have noticed is underneath my eyes. I do have like the tiniest little wrinkle. It drives me insane, but I've tried everything. My mom tells me I need to try to put Preparation H under there and that should help, which I have heard that Preparation H does help with wrinkles. But it's just like in my head that cream belongs on an asshole, and I just cannot force myself to put it underneath my eye. Okay, so then I'm just going to take my brush that I did my contour with. I'm not adding any extra product. There's still going to be product on it. And I'm just going to go around these edges and really start to blend and sculpt. You don't want to add powder and start baking until you get things exactly where you want them to be and everything is blended right. Because once you put that powder there, you are setting what's there. That's why it's called setting powder. So you're setting things exactly in place where you have them. So I'm just going to go back and forth between all of these and the sponge and the brush and just really get things blended exactly how I want them before we move on to setting powder. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Morgan. Sorry, I'm just arriving to your chat. I'm sorry I'm late. Hope you're doing okay. Been thinking about you and praying for you. I'm just glad you made it, you know. Better late than never is what I say. Okay, so now that we are looking about like this, I'm going to take some setting spray. I'm going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is just a mini. And we are going to drench, and I do mean drench, your face. Like so much that I ran out, and now we're going to my favorite, the Dragon Beauty. Drench your face and let it dry. Be patient. Let it dry. Don't be messing with anything. Hey, babe, will you bring me my ashtray? Please. How are you, Crystal? That's crooked. Thank you. Oh, no, we made it crooked. Hold on. Back. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now it's dried down. I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty. What is this actually called? The Pro Filter setting powder, and I'm in the shade Butter. And under my eyes, I have been baking again, and I'm going to do that today with you guys. I like the way it looks when I bake. Baking is just an oldie but a goodie. It's a method that I will probably use forever just because it does work. It does make your makeup look way more flawless. It stays all day long. It does not budge. And yeah, that's just the way it is. And I'm going to set basically the center of my face. I'm setting my nose. I'm setting under my eyes, the center of my forehead, my chin, my jawline, all of those areas I'm setting with setting powder. It makes your makeup look way more flawless, seamless, and it does not budge. It lasts all day long. People ask me all the time, how is it that you're sweating like that, but your makeup still looks perfect? This is how. You got to take your time, you know. Patience is a virtue. I'm feeling somewhat better. I've had a rough time with really bad migraines lately. Thank you so much for thinking of me and asking about me. You don't know what that means. See, guys, you never know what somebody's going through. It never hurts to just be like, how are you? How's your day? Are you doing okay? I'm thinking about you. It does a lot for people mentally, for real. All right, so let's move on and start contouring. I always contour with my setting powder, still baking. I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer, and this is in the shade Medium 2. I think next time when I get another one, I'm going to go up to 310. The only reason I didn't when I bought this originally was because on the website it looked, do you know what I fucking forgot, you guys? Is this fucking blush. Not to worry, because we can use it over powder. It looked really dark on the website when I ordered it the first time. Like, this has lasted me over a year. So I went with medium, but I think next time we're gonna have to go with tan because it is really light. So it does work as a contour for me. And this is the Morphe M143 brush. It is my favorite brush to contour with. I have two of them. I use one to contour with, and then I use another one to bronze. And I love this brush. It is the perfect brush, which I'm almost scared to ever say that about Morphe brushes anymore, because it seems like as soon as people hop on a bandwagon of loving a brush, Morphe takes it away. I don't understand that business strategy at all. By the way, I heard that Morphe went bankrupt, which is insane. It's just crazy how much has changed in the makeup world. Like, even since COVID, like, the makeup world has just changed so much. It's like nothing like what it used to be. Makeup used to be everything. Used to be like just a $1 billion industry, and now it's just not, especially on YouTube. Now TikTok's a different story. Okay. So now that I've contoured, I'm going to go ahead and take that baking powder off. See how nice and flat that looks and just airbrushed? That's what you want, babes. That is the vibe that you want. That makeup is not going nowhere. There will be no creases. It will look perfection and stay put all day. I'm going to take my other Morphe M143 brush, and we are going to really bronze it up today. We're going to go in, because this is just all about bronzy skin. I'm going to go in with the Ace Beauty Bronzed in Paradise palette. Absolutely stunning. And I'm going to mix these two shades right here, the two deepest shades in this palette. I'm going to take on this brush, and we're going to start to bronze up the skin here. Just really warm up to Funky Town. Warm up that face. And really, with bronzer, you can skip contour altogether for this look and just do bronzer. Because it is such a bronzy look, you can skip contour altogether if you wanted to. But you guys know that I'm extra and I'm going to do both. But feel free to do whatever it is that you want with this look. Okay. And then I'm going to take that Sonia Kashuk brush that I use to contour my nose with the Chanel powder. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this second shade right here. And I'm going to start to contour my nose out. And I want it to be pretty harsh. And right there. I want it to be pretty harsh for right now. I'm going to take the Dragon Beauty. This is the Transformation Face Powder. I'm going to take this pink shade right here with my dampened beauty sponge, and I'm going to start to press that and underneath the eye. This is just going to brighten that eye up and bring all of the light to the center of the face. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my bronzing brush and I'm just going to start to blend, blend, blend those edges right out. Just going back and forth between the sponge and the brush. And then I'm going to go over the nose after I've had it setting there a minute. I'm just going to press. Don't swipe, but press that into the skin. All right. Now we can do blush. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Lip and Cheek Glow Balm. So this is liquid. Just curious, a while back I asked you if you'd like cold brew coffee, and you said you did. Do you buy the pre-made kind, or do you tend to make your own? I buy the pre-made, and I love it. Absolutely love it. 100%. Okay, so I'm going to take this Dior brush, and I'm just going to start to tap into that, and I'm going to warm it up on the back of my hand just to see what the texture is. Yeah, this is perfect. You can definitely go in over powders with this blush. Beautiful formula. Looks absolutely stunning. No problem blending. It blends just like a dream. So pretty. Goodness. That is a beautiful color. This is in the shade Pink Me Up, by the way, just for context. That is stunning. I love that color. It's absolutely beautiful. Put some on the tip of the nose. You guys know how we roll over here. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Super pigmented too. You can barely even see where I used it. Love that. That's so pretty. And I'm just going to go back and forth again with my sponge just to make sure that there are no harsh edges. That's like a worst fear of mine. And then I'm also going to go back in with that Morphe brush. I'm not adding any extra product. I'm just blending those two, the bronzer and the blush, together, because this is like a bronzy vibe that we're going for, and I don't want to lose that effect. Okay, so now with that same brush, I'm going to go in with the Milani Blossom Rose Powder Blush. This is in shade 11, Blossom Time Rose. This is what it looks like. Ignore my spray tan. And we're just going to set that blush so that it doesn't budge. Look at that. So pretty. Yeah, I knew that these two mixed together would be really gorge. And I was right. They're beautiful together. Okay, so now we are ready for highlight. I'm just going to spray my face one more time with some setting spray. Dragon Beauty Forever Fantasy. And let that dry down. And for highlight, what do I want to do for highlight? I think we need to do a gold one. So I think this Laura Geller one is the one to go with. This is the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in the shade Gilded Honey. This used to be, everybody used to talk about this highlighter because you hardly need any. I'm going to take this brush right here. It's an It Cosmetics brush. See how pretty that is? Whew-wee. Like, you hardly need none. And I think I bought this highlight in 2017. And the design is still even there because you do not need much of it at all. Wowza. Shining bright like a diamond, baby. And then I'm just going to take this Laura Lee Los Angeles L16 and go right into the inner corner. I am going to do something on the lower lash line, too. Brighten up this nose just a little bit more. So pretty. Such a pretty freaking highlighter. I always forget how pretty it is until I use it again. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that is a really pretty highlight. And then I'm just going back in with that blush brush and just kind of mixing the two together. Again, just so everything looks nice and blended. Super pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take this Ulta Beauty WandaVision in the shade... What shade is this? It's a gel eyeliner, but it doesn't have a shade. It's just in black, I guess. I've never used it, so we're going to find out together. Oh yeah, it's nice and black. I'm going to have to... I'm just going to go down to the lash line. And just draw that on. I'm going to let it set a minute. And then we'll blend it out. Do you see how that just made my eyes pop? Okay. So I'm just going to set this to the side because I may need a little bit more. I don't know yet. I'm going to grab my buffing brush, if I can find it. I know it's in here somewhere. Here it is. I'm definitely going to wipe it off because I know the last time I used it, we used blue. And we don't want no blue in this look. We need it to be nice and black. And I'm just going to take that buffing brush and just start to blend that black out and smoke it out. And I think I'm actually even going to add one more layer just so that we don't lose that black pigment. Let that set a minute before I blend it. Not even showing you guys what I'm doing there. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Just to that lash line. Just like that. And then blending that right out, just like that. Then after we get that blended, I'm just going to add a very small amount to the lash line. I'm not going to blend it out. That's just going to help with that gradient airbrushed look that you need when you smoke out a lash line. It's actually a really good liner. It's just Ulta Beauty brand, but I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna take this mascara, just where I did these lash extensions. I'm just gonna hit some of the areas where maybe a little bit of powder got on them. And then I'm gonna take this liner. This is the iMethod Beauty liner. And just hit any area that I need to. Also got a little bit of mascara right there, but it's fine. We'll fix it. All right, now the lip liner. This is the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Handbag Ho. It's a nice chocolatey brown shade. Line that and then just start to fill that in. I love this shade. Super pretty brown. Okay. And then, I love the lip liner, by the way. I'm going to take this She Glam lipstick in the shade Ladies First. That's what the shade looks like. Place that right over top. Okay. And then we're going to take the Kylie Cosmetics Gloss Strip. And this is in the shade Match My Energy. Oh, that's glossy, babe. She is glossy. Not sticky either. Always make sure to wipe the top off. And then just squirt just a little tiny bit of product out just to get the rest of it. And that way the top of your lip gloss stays clean. All right, you guys. There you have it. What do we think? I think it turned out super cute. I liked all of the products. The only thing I will say is the lashes. I'm disappointed in the lashes. I think they could have been better. I also, like I said, I think that when I go to pull these out of the packaging, I think that that's just going to completely and totally rip. I think that lash is just going to split right in half. So that's what I have to say about that. I love the blush. I love the lip liner. Yeah, I'm super happy with the way that this look turned out. I think it turned out super duper cute. We did get a little bit of mascara, but that's what spoolies are for. Just go back in with the beauty sponge and just tap right and underneath here just to brighten up and underneath the eyes. I'm going to do something with my hair, and I'm going to film a YouTube video for you guys. It's story time. So hope you guys are having a really good day. And we're looking crazy. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.